WNBA media is so desperate to make Angel Reese a huge star. Angel's Law, an unstoppable force in motion, stays in motion, especially in the paint. This is Angel's Law, an unstoppable force in motion, stays in motion, especially in the paint. Your team is about to learn physics the hard way, but she's constantly praised by the mainstream media. We're constantly told that Angel Reese is the most dominant player in the league. Yikes, the team has a 9-30 record, a 4-loss streak. That seems pretty stoppable. 2 minutes ago, WNBA media is pushing hard to make Angel Reese a superstar, but fans aren't buying it, especially when Caitlin Clark is the name everyone actually talks about. WNBA media is so desperate to make Angel Reese a huge star. Another double-double for Angel Reese. I believe that would put them at, if I remember it right, and I may be off by a game or two, 15-32 or 15-33 when Reese gets a double-double. WNBA media is desperate to make Angel Reese a star. Their push is so extreme that they celebrate anything, even failure. Since Reese hasn't produced standout moments on the court, they're trying to hype her up by praising her attitude instead. WNBA media is so desperate to make Angel Reese a huge star. Their level of desperation is so high, they want you to accept her so badly that they're actively celebrating failure. So WNBA media is trying to elevate Angel Reese and her dozens of aliases by complimenting her attitude. Angel's Law in action, an unstoppable force keeps moving, especially in the paint. The Sky at 9:30 are about to feel physics firsthand. Brace yourself, Angel. Reese dominates the boards like few ever have. A relentless force inside and one of the most prolific rebounders in the game. Angel's Law, an unstoppable force in motion, stays in motion, especially in the paint. Your team's about to learn physics the hard way. The team is 9-30. Oh, but the Sky is 9-30. Unstoppable force. Warning. The following footage contains an unstoppable force. A force on the boards. A force all over the court. Angel Reese is a force, and your team is a very movable object. Viewer discretion is advised. This video has gone viral highlighting Angel's Law. An unstoppable force in motion stays in motion, especially in the paint. Your team is about to learn physics the hard way. Warning, the footage features an unstoppable force, Angel Reese. She dominates the paint, steals passes, and showcases why she's one of the most prolific rebounders in the game. This is Angel's Law. An unstoppable force in motion stays in motion, especially in the paint. Your team is about to learn physics the hard way. Angel is a force. What the hell is this? Angel is a force. Angel is a force. Angel Reese, it's the Aliverson of the ain't no way Aliverson was way Aliverson could actually play. It's the same story with Angel Reese winning Rookie of the Year last season. Many players believe she earned it, but the league ignored reality. Stats and facts didn't matter. They promoted her as if it were unquestionable, all to push a narrative. You know what I'm saying? Then reality. They can a reality. They say it with Angel Reese being Rookie of the Year last year. They don't. Every woman you asked last year would thought Angel Reese was the Rookie of the Year. Reality means nothing to them. During the Chicago Sky game, a WNBA announcer stunned viewers by calling Angel Reese's double-doubles fraudulent. Broadcasters usually steer clear of criticizing players so openly, but this comment directly questioned her stats. Fans immediately noticed, and the mocking remark quickly went viral across social media. We got a couple things. We got a WNBA announcer actually clowning Angel Reese during the game. That normally doesn't happen. Did he not get the memo? You're not supposed to do that. And we got an announcer basically saying, hey, this is some dakiar, these double-doubles. This is all fraudulent. All right. And we got an Angel Reese fan. Doesn't even try to hide it. Goes full-on racist against Caitlin Clark supporters and decides to make fun of Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark's injuries. Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman highlighted Caitlin Clark's generational impact on the WNBA, likening her influence to that of Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. Clark's talent draws both casual and diehard fans to women's basketball. Lieberman emphasized that Caitlin has been a true blessing for the league and has often been treated unfairly despite her immense contributions. Very interesting story detail that Nancy Lieberman took the time to discuss. Caitlin Clark, and really put Clark in her place of what Clark is what she means to the WNBA and what the future of the WNBA, but very mission-critical in speaking about Caitlin Clark. And I want to bring this to you because it's really detailing of what's really going on, and really it just gets in there as released today. Hall of Famer and basketball idol Nancy Lieberman, also a pioneer of women's basketball, has recently highlighted how the game impact of Caitlin Clark is highlighting the power of the rising star of the WNBA. Even with injuries limiting her to 13 games, Caitlin Clark averaged 16, 5 points, nearly 9 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. Analysts noted her passing alone generated over 25 points each outing. This underscores Clark's immense value and challenges the idea that Angel Reese is the bigger star. Due to injuries, she has been limited to 13 games this season. Wow. God. This season has turned out to be so deflating, so disappointing. 13 games. And I was thinking before the season, I was like, damn, we got 4 extra games. Due to injuries, she's been limited to 13 games this season, averaging 16.5 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. Guys, I gotta tell you, the 8 assists, I think, is the largest, most overlooked part of Caitlin Clark's elite game. Fans are frustrated with how the Chicago Sky utilized Angel Reese. Even while leading in points and rebounds at times, she hasn't received consistent opportunities in the pick and roll. Supporters argue that without changes to the system, Angel can't fully shine, further questioning the WNBA's claim that she's bigger than Caitlin Clark. Some people are getting really frustrated with the treatment of Angel by the Chicago Sky. Angel FC, we going to make it out of here someday. Anisha has more P and roll attempts to Angel that leads the Sky in points rebound. And that's interesting too. She does lead in points without getting many pick and rolls. Angel won't truly flourish unless she leads Chicago. So it's just like people are starting to get the feeling. Again, this is my same sentiments. Anna is ahead of Angel is crazy because her minutes are so inconsistent. Some critics argue that women's sports struggle to gain mainstream popularity because fans want to see feats beyond their own abilities. They claim that due to differences in size, speed, and strength, women's basketball can appear less explosive, comparing it to an over 40 YMCA league and say this limits audience interest. Let me see. Women's sports will never be widely popular because people watch sports to see athletes doing things they could never imagine themselves doing. Since women are smaller, slower, and weaker, women basketballs look like an over 40 league at the YMCA, and nobody could pay. Nobody pays to see it, bro. People keep calling Angel Reese the league's most dominant player. But how can that be true? While she keeps losing, she hasn't scored 25 points in a single game all season. Yet, the mainstream media continually hails her as the biggest star. But she's constantly praised by the mainstream media. We're constantly told that Angel Reese is the most dominant player in the league. How in the hell is she dominant while consistently losing? One of the biggest stories this past weekend was Arch Manning struggling in his debut. This kid was destroyed by the media. The moment was too big. He couldn't live up to the hype. Manning family curse. The team sits at 9:30 with a 4 a.m. losing streak, hardly unstoppable. Fans were stunned, some thinking it was a parody. Angel Reese is labeled an unstoppable force. Yet, her team's record tells a very different story. Yikes. The team has a 9-30 record, a 4-loss streak that seems pretty stoppable. Wow. Is this for real? I thought it was a parody account. I mean, I understand if you thought you got Sentailed. I get it if you thought you got Sental. Angel is an unstoppable force. Her record is 9-30. The WNBA is struggling as a product of basketball wasteland. Critics say it's not about women playing, which should be the draw, but because the league keeps making it worse. Fans came for Caitlin Clark, yet the league pushes other narratives like Angel Reese, which many are rejecting. And this is why we despise the WNBA so much. The WNBA is a horrible product. It sucks. I've been holding this back for a while. The WNBA sucks. It's a basketball wasteland. And not because it's women playing, which that should be the reason. Literally, the reason the WNBA sucks should be because it's chicks playing basketball. But they've managed to make the reason they suck, not that it's a bunch of chicks playing basketball. Think about that. Think about that. It's like a homeless dude hasn't taken a bath in a year, hasn't shaved in 3 years. After another loss, the Chicago guy named Angel Reese player of the game just for her double-double. Fans quickly noticed the irony her stats stood out even as the team lost. This fueled criticism that the WNBA and Sky are overhyping Angel despite the poor team results. I mean, last time I checked, player of the games are usually for the winning squad of which nobody on their team was part of. But they put this out player of the game, and as you can imagine, people did point out that they lost said contest. Another double-double for Angel Reese. I believe that would put them at, if I remember it right, and I may be off by a game or two, 15-32 or 15-33 when Reese gets a double-double. Nancy Lieberman noted that Caitlin Clark's impact goes well beyond scoring. Dubbed the Caitlin Clark effect, her presence has driven TV ratings, ticket sales, and media coverage to record levels. For many fans, it's hard to accept claims that Angel Reese is the bigger star when Clark is clearly fueling the league's growth. When Lieberman continues, she said something that was really interesting. Says, Clark's influence goes beyond scoring an Instagram highlight reach, known as the Caitlin Clark effect. Her presence has led to higher TV ratings, larger audiences at games, and increased media coverage of the WNBA. To put it in context, those stats has never been as high as it is now. And we owe that to Clark. Angel Reese has earned praise for her rebounding and playmaking, even becoming the fastest WNBA rookie to reach 300 rebounds in a season. Yet, analysts note her field goal percentage sits at just 44%, lagging behind Caitlin Clark's overall offensive efficiency. Critics say the stats don't back the narrative that Reese is bigger than Clark. Angel is on here, right here. Reese's biggest offensive jump has been in her playmaking. She's averaging 7 assists per game, top 5 among all forwards, and most among the WNBA players under the age of 25. She leads the league with 12 2-2 boards and just 25 games in. Has already tied her rookie record as the fastest WNBA, fastest player in WNBA history to reach 300 rebounds in a single season. Whenever people talk about this league, Caitlin's name almost always comes up. She's the one everyone sees as the star. Honestly, she's the reason casual fans like me started paying attention. What that girl from Iowa did on the court was just pure entertainment. And it's hard not to show Caitlin as being the star, because Caitlin is why, like myself, I'm a casual fan, and I have no shame in my game and saying I'm a casual. I'm not a basketball guru. I'm not a basketball nerd. I don't sit up, play 2K all day. I'm a grown-ass man. I liked it, Caitlin. I love to watch sports, bro. And I liked it what that girl from Iowa was able to do on the basketball court. That was entertaining to me. Aside from Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, you hardly ever see WNBA players face media criticism. Paige Bueller struggles to win. Brittany. Greer was celebrated as a hero, and Angel Reese keeps receiving praise despite losses. Yet Caitlin Clark remains the only one truly capturing attention and bringing in fans. In most cases, the criticism was valid. Arch Manning sucked. But how come we don't see this same criticism in the WNBA? Outside of Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, WNBA players are rarely criticized by the media. Bob Greer was treated like a hero for trying to sneak magic grass into Mother Russia. Paige Beckers is ripped by the media and she can't win a damn game. Not only can she not win a game, hackers can't sell tickets. No one is paying to see her play. And it's the same thing with Angel Reese. Why does the mainstream media feel this overwhelming need to protect and shield WNBA players? Last season, Caitlin Clark actually averaged more block shots than Angel Reese. Caitlin stands 6', Angel is 6'4". Yet Caitlin made the bigger defensive impact. That says a lot about who the real star is. Can't hit layups. You're 6'4". You get blocked by everybody. Once again, let me remind you, Caitlin Clark averaged more blocked shots last year than Angel Reese. One is 6 inches tall, the other one is 6.4. I mean, honestly, Angel's gotta have about a 3 in vertical leap. There's no Caitlin Clark without Iowa. If she had gone to another program, she probably would have been pushed into a secondary role. But at Iowa, she rose into the superstar who carried the sport. And that's exactly why so many of us even began watching the WNBA. There's no Caitlin Clark without Iowa. Had Caitlin Clark gone somewhere else, they would have tried to do what we see the WNBA doing. Had she gone to another big program, had Caitlin Clark gone to Stanford or Notre Dame or UConn, they would have, they would have forced her to be Paye's sidekick at Connecticut. Same thing at UConn. Stanford. Same thing at Notre Dame. All right. She went to Iowa, but she played with players that knew their role, that bought into the coach's system. A coach that was happy to have her first five. Critics often point to Angel Reese's double-doubles when comparing her to Caitlin Clark. But the truth is, Chicago still loses most of those games, while Clark's triple-doubles have directly translated into wins. Fans have pushed back at the narrative, saying that empty stats don't make Ree bigger than Clark. I wonder what the record is for Caitlin Clark when she gets a double-double or a triple-double. Multiple triple-doubles. Well, I wonder what that record is. Call us racist. Call us trackers gone mad. Analysts have argued that Caitlin Clark's impact is so great the WNBA gains financially every time she thrives. Some even compared it to when Larry Bird's influence reshaped NBA officiating, predicting that even minor contact against Clark could soon be called as fouls because of her superstar pull. It's a clear sign the league sees Clark, not Ree, as its true centerpiece. You're going to see the way the officials called it prior and where they're going to call it now. Why? The revenue value's too high for the Indiana Fever not to be in the WNBA playoffs. The WNBA, the CBA, everyone makes more money if Caitlin Clark is in the playoffs. Everyone makes more money if Caitlin Clark goes to the second round. And everyone makes more money if Caitlin Clark goes to the third round or wins a WNBA championship. The reason that is, when I say everybody, I'm saying the players included. It's one of those things, folks. When analysts debated the top players under 25, Caitlin Clark was ranked right alongside A.A. Wilson and Nafisa Collier as part of the league's elite. Angel Ree, while mentioned, wasn't placed anywhere close to that level. That contrast makes it clear the idea of her being a bigger star than Clark doesn't hold up. That Caitlin is first 25 under 25. I think you can reasonably say there's three best players in the league. There's Nissy Collier, there's A'ja Wilson, and there's Caitlin. Clark in whatever order you want to put that in. And if you want to go likability, Caitlin Clark is obviously the runaway winner. But in the W, they don't care if you like them or not, which is one reason they've never turned a profit. Everything feels questionable until Caitlin Clark returns. Because when she's not on the floor, it's like the entertainment disappears with her. The WNBA may need Angel Ree right now, but the reality is she's not helping them because she can't win. I sat through the Valkyrie versus Fever game and somehow made it to the end. And that experience is one for the books. Everything is going to look real suspect until Kayla Clark comes back because I feel like when she's gone, the entertainment is gone. The thing is, the WNBA actually needs Angel Reese right now. Interest is rapidly declining. The mainstream is no longer talking about this toxic dump. I watched the Valkyrie and the Fever play and I survived through the clock management issue. And I got another video coming about that game. The WNBA would be in the same place, or maybe even worse if it weren't for Iowa. Because remember, Caitlin Clark needed to be somewhere that allowed her to truly be herself. The WNBA would be in the exact same spot, if not worse, if it wasn't for Iowa. Because remember, Caitlin Clark had to be in a place where she could be her. Make-believe basketball from a make-belly league. It's all spectacle, but not the kind fans are asking for. The fans have made it clear Caitlin Clark is the real star, not the manufactured hype. If you agree, hit like, subscribe, and share to keep the conversation alive.